Alright, let's talk headlights. More specifically, let's settle the debate that every car enthusiast eventually faces. Should you go with LED or HID? This isn't just about making your car look good. It's the difference between a close call and a costly accident. The old, dim yellow glow of halogen bulbs just doesn't cut it anymore. The real conversation is between the two heavyweights of modern automotive lighting: high-intensity discharge, HID, and light-emitting diodes, LED. We're going to break down exactly how they stack up against each other, point by point, so you can make a smart decision based on how you actually drive. Brightness and throw. An HID system creates light by firing an electrical arc through a bubble of xenon gas, almost like a miniature, controlled bolt of lightning inside the bulb. This process creates an incredibly intense, centralized point of light. When you pair that with a good projector housing, the kind with a lens that focuses the light, you get an unmatched long-distance beam, or throw. It illuminates way down the road, giving you more time to react to hazards. LEDs, on the other hand, generate light from a series of small semiconductor diodes. While modern LEDs can produce a staggering amount of total light lumens, their strength is in creating a wide, even, and brilliantly clean field of light in the immediate foreground and midground. For city driving and suburban streets, this is fantastic. The road in front of you is bathed in what looks like daylight, but getting that light to travel as far as a well-focused HID beam is a serious optical challenge. The bottom line is, if your main concern is maximum down-road visibility for high-speed night driving on empty roads, a quality HID setup in a projector is still the king of throw. Instant on versus warm-up. Here's a difference you'll notice every single time you turn on your lights. LEDs are instant. You flip the switch and they are at 100% brightness. No delay, no hesitation. This is more than a convenience, it's a safety feature. If you need to quickly flash your high beams to signal another driver or get a better look at something, LEDs respond immediately. HIDs, because of the way they work, need a moment. That electrical arc needs to heat the xenon gas and metallic salts to their operating temperature before they can produce their full output of light. This warm-up period can take anywhere from a few seconds to as long as 15, depending on the system and the ambient temperature. During this time, the light might appear dim or have a different color before it stabilizes. While it's a short delay, it means HIDs aren't ideal for functions that require instant light, like a flash-to-pass high beam feature, where the HID is the primary high beam source. For pure, immediate response, LEDs win this category, no contest. Beam pattern and glare. This is arguably the most critical and misunderstood aspect of any headlight upgrade. A powerful light is useless, and even dangerous if it's not controlled. Glare, that blinding light that annoys oncoming drivers, is the enemy. The quality of the beam pattern is everything. HIDs, with their single, intense arc, are designed to work with projector housings. A projector uses a lens and a cutoff shield to create a very sharp, flat-topped beam pattern. This puts all that intense light on the road where you need it and keeps it out of the eyes of other drivers. If you put an HID bulb into a standard reflector housing, the kind designed for a halogen bulb, the result is often a disaster. LEDs face a similar challenge. A good LED bulb is designed to mimic the physical location and size of a halogen filament. When done correctly, it can produce a clean beam pattern in a reflector housing. However, many cheap LED bulbs fail at this, creating splotchy patterns and significant glare. So, here's what matters. An HID in a proper projector is excellent. A high-quality, well-designed LED can be excellent in either a reflector or a projector designed for it. Energy efficiency. In the past, this wasn't a huge consideration, but on modern cars with complex electrical systems, and even on electric vehicles, efficiency is important. LEDs are the undisputed champions of efficiency. They convert a much higher percentage of electricity directly into light, wasting very little as heat. This means they draw significantly less power from your car's alternator and battery. While the impact on fuel economy might be minimal, the reduced strain on the electrical system is a real benefit, especially in cars loaded with other electronics. HIDs are a big step up from old halogen bulbs, but they are still less efficient than LEDs. The ballast, which is the box required to start and regulate the power to the HID bulb, consumes energy and generates heat of its own. An HID system might draw around 35 watts during operation, whereas an equivalent LED system might only draw 20 to 25 watts. It's not a massive difference, but it's a clear win for LED technology. Lifespan and maintenance. If you're the type of person who wants to install something once and never think about it again, LEDs are for you. The lifespan of an LED headlight is measured in the tens of thousands of hours, often 25,000 to 50,000 hours. For the average driver, that's longer than the life of the car itself. They are solid-state devices with no moving parts or fragile filaments, making them incredibly durable and resistant to vibration. HIDs, while much longer lasting than halogens, are still a consumable item. Their lifespan is typically in the range of 2,000 to 8,000 hours. Over time, the bulbs will also experience color shifting, where their light output gradually changes color and dims before eventually failing. When they do fail, you have to replace the bulb, and sometimes the ballast can fail as well. Cost dynamics. At first glance, HIDs look like the cheaper option. A basic aftermarket HID conversion kit can often be purchased for less than a comparable LED kit. The initial investment is lower, which can be appealing. However, you have to look at the total cost of ownership. With an HID system, you are buying into a system with a limited lifespan. You will eventually have to buy replacement bulbs and potentially a replacement ballast. Those costs add up over time. LED headlights typically have a higher upfront cost. Quality engineering, effective thermal management, and precise diode placement all cost money. But once you've made that initial investment, you're usually done. Given their extreme longevity, you'll likely never have to spend money on your headlights again. Heat and packaging. All lights produce heat, but how they manage it is very different. An HID bulb gets extremely hot. The glass capsule itself can reach several hundred degrees. Most of this heat radiates forward away from the headlight housing. The ballast also gets warm, but is usually mounted separately in the engine bay. This setup means the heat is manageable, but the system itself is bulkier, requiring you to find space for both the bulb and the separate ballast box. LEDs are the opposite. The diodes themselves run relatively cool, but the electronic drivers at the base of the bulb generate significant heat. This heat must be drawn away from the LED chips to prevent them from overheating and failing prematurely. This is why LED bulbs have large heat sinks and often small cooling fans built into their base. This can make the back of an LED bulb quite bulky, which can sometimes create installation challenges in tight headlight housings. Color temperature options. The color of the light your headlights produce has a big impact on visibility and style. Color temperature is measured in Kelvin, K. Lower numbers are warmer and more yellow, while higher numbers are cooler and bluer. HIDs are known for their crisp, white-blue light, typically falling in the 4300K to 6000K range. 4300K is a pure, neutral white, while 6000K has a noticeable blue tint. You can get higher Kelvin HID bulbs, but they become progressively bluer and less effective at illuminating the road. A key characteristic of HIDs is that their color can shift as they age. LEDs offer a much wider and more stable range of colors. You can find LED headlights in everything from a halogen-like 3000K yellow to the popular 6500K pure white and beyond. Critically, the color of an LED is stable and does not change over its lifespan. For most drivers, the sweet spot for visibility is between 5500K and 6500K, which provides a clean white light that is excellent at reflecting road markings and signs. LEDs provide this with more consistency and choice. Use case guidance. Choose HID headlights if your top priority is maximum long-distance visibility and you do a lot of driving on dark rural highways. They are the undisputed champions of throw, but only if you install them correctly in a projector housing. Be prepared for the warm-up time and the eventual need to replace bulbs. Choose LED headlights for almost every other situation. If you are a city or suburban driver, their instant-on performance, wide and even beam pattern, and incredible reliability make them the superior choice. They are more energy efficient, require virtually no maintenance, and offer stable, consistent color. While the initial cost is higher, their fit-and-forget nature makes them the smarter, long-term investment for the vast majority of drivers. The technology has matured to the point where, for most people, LEDs are simply the more practical and modern solution.